Hello, welcome back to the channel. Got a pretty good one today. This is baked taco spaghetti. I've came back to this recipe several times. It's always really good and it's incredibly simple to do. And I'll show you how I make it. This is just a little viewing of all the ingredients that I'm using. We're going to go over them in more detail as we go. This is just one box of spaghetti noodles. I'm sure you don't need to know how to cook noodles. Boil them up, set them to the side. We're going to add those back in later. Now we're going to make, I'll do all these kind of separately. We're going to make a cheese sauce. That is 4 ounces or tablespoons of butter. That is 1 cup of heavy cream. And you're going to stir that up on, I'd say, about medium heat. Make sure to stir that constantly and don't get it too hot. This is just kinders the blend. I'm just going to add, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon or so of that in there just for a little flavor. This is 4 ounces of softened cream cheese. Stir that up till it's all melty. And you're going to start adding in your cheddar cheese. That's about a cup of cheddar cheese. And then I'm going to add slowly about another cup. So it'll be two full cups of heavy cream to 1 cup of cheddar cheese. And that's the consistency I'm looking for. Once it's done, set it out of the way. And you can either add the noodles to the cheese sauce or add the cheese sauce to the noodles. Either way, it doesn't matter. Get that all mixed up in a pan until it's nice and gooey like this. Now we're gonna make the meat. This is really simple. Little oil in a pan. This is 2 pounds of ground beef. You're just going to brown that up. Pretty obvious. Nothing too special about browning meat. Once it gets, I'd say about halfway done, add a little bit of Kinder's the blend in there. Again, maybe about half a teaspoon or so, not much. You're really going to get the flavor from the taco seasoning we're going to add later. Either drain or just dab the excess grease out of the meat there. You don't want that in there. This is 2 pounds of ground beef, so I'm adding 2 packages of whatever taco seasoning you want, and then about 1.5 cups of beef broth. Stir that up and let it simmer, just get well and good and incorporated. Once it's good to go, I'm going to add 2 cans, 10-ounce cans of rotel. I went with mild. If you want spicy, go with hot or whatever. And give that a good stir until it's incorporated well. And I'm just going to let that simmer on about medium heat, maybe about 5 minutes, and just kind of let it set and thicken up. And that is most of the cooking. Like I say, this is a really easy recipe. You're going to take your noodles to a 9x13 and add about half the noodles and then half of the meat sauce. Mix that up, spread it out, and then you're just going to put a little more cheddar cheese in the middle. However much you want. You could use cheddar, you could use Colby Jack, you could use Fiesta blend, whatever. That was about half a cup of hot water added in there just to kind of thin it out a little bit. And then you're going to add the rest of the noodles, the rest of the meat, mix that up again, and then add some more cheddar cheese or whatever cheese you want to the top. However much cheese you want, it's really up to you. While this is going, set your oven to 350. You're going to set this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 12-13 minutes until it's nice and gooey like this. I did not use the broiler. I just baked it. And now I'm just adding some parsley flakes to the top of that. I wish I would have had fresh cut parsley, but I didn't, so I just added some dried flakes. And this is what it should look like once it's all said and done. This is really, really, really easy. Really, really good. It's something a little different. I don't know if you've ever had taco spaghetti before. It's just a different take on regular spaghetti. I've had this many times. I love it every time. The fam seems to love it every time. I'm going in for a bite, as I always do. This stuff is killer, man. And hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. God bless, and we'll see you on the next one.